So it's August 6th, 12:30 a.m. But one thing I wanted to say was apathy. How if you feel restricted in your choices for some reason, whether it be financially, like if you're an adult, whether it be, financially or housing-wise, like let's say that you graduated college, went back home, and you're living back with your parents, and they're providing for you financially, supporting you. Or let's say you're supporting yourself financially, but you're living there for, and they're paying, you don't have to pay rent, so you have that obligation. Or you're paying for all of that, but you need a place to live, so you're still living there, but their influence and them wanting to tell you advice and whatnot could be a little restricting at times. But anyways, if you are going through something like a spiritual awakening, you might, and you don't really have, like say circumstance, you were away at college, and that's where you kind of cultivated all these great friendships, and you kind of came into your own, and then you had to move back after you graduated, and back home you don't really have friends there, like you just kind of moved on from anybody that did live there, so you're just kind of hanging out, something like that, where you don't have that like strong support system in place, or people that you trust around you, or people just like friends outside of your family that you can actually like really communicate with and trust. That's so key. But anyways, so let's say you're in that situation where you're like constrained friendship wise with people you can trust outside your family, and then you're also constrained with your family and how they perceive what you're going through with a spiritual awakening. And that can be just incredibly, it may be different now, but like 3 years ago, I don't think there was not nearly as much on the internet about any of all of the symptoms of the spiritual awakening, and so it can be pretty lonely. It was, maybe I'll get into my story someday, but I just want to talk about, so if you are not quite, like, if you feel so like constrained, or you're having a hard time trusting your gut, trusting your truth, like it's just like feels like you're working against a lost cause by you trying to see what you're going through, like this spiritual awakening, in a different light, but the people around you are just trying to like shut you up, kind of like just trying to I don't know, they just don't understand, so they could be just not understand, and maybe this makes you want to, because you want to have support and you want to have that love and support, so what if this makes you completely, or try to just acquire their opinions, like, oh, maybe they're right, and then this kind of just like doesn't fulfill you, so you kind of fall into a little bit of a depression, and you feel stuck, and they still don't understand, and you like, okay, going back to that one case with the college thing, having to move back home, and you went to college away from home, like, and you feel so distant from those friends, and they're already, the friends that are still in the town that you went to college, you feel so distant from them, and it, via social media, it seems like they're just doing great and have their lives just all set to go, and so you're already feeling that distance there. You're feeling like left out. You feel like you're behind. So you're already kind of guessing, like, who am I? What am I doing here? Am I even capable of this? What happened? And then you have this advice about these family members saying, oh no, don't think like that. Like, what? No, do this, do it our way. And you just become so small, and then you wake up and you don't even fucking realize what happened. But yeah, so let's say all of this happened, and you kind of fall into like a depressed mode. And this was over the course of a period of time. So you could not even really have enough like separation and enough distance to even look at this from a greater point of view, to kind of analyze it in the way that I am right now. So yeah, you could just feel really depressed and alone and not understand at all. And then this could turn into apathy, which is not fun at all. And that's kind of when you just go numb, so that you can, because you denied like yourself, your self-truth, like you, and it's not like you did this on purpose. You did this because you just like didn't feel safe. You didn't have that support that you're supposed to, that you deserve, to support your soul's truth, to support your truth. And I really hope that one day this is how humanity sees things. This is how a human race is that we just support one another's truth straight from childhood, straight from, because we're separate human beings. We need to support each other in that one another's experience. We shouldn't project our experience or feelings on another. We should be able to give each other the space for them to experience their own experience, have their own feelings, and that be without non-judgment. But so apathy, going numb, just kind of like going through the motions. I guess that's just a big thing to watch out for. And I hope that if anybody does feel like that, they feel like they're in that apathetic state and there's no hope and nobody understands them and nobody will support them, and they're just completely stuck financially, emotionally, physically, that don't lose hope, that it is normal. Anyone would easily fall into that trap. Anyone. So don't get down on yourself. Just give yourself time to heal and give yourself time, because you kind of are in a pickle. Like you need to, you're like, if you're around those family members, those people that are suppressing you or just kind of trying to keep you in this like box, and you feel like you have this so much more to discover, and so you kind of have to slowly gain back your strength. Maybe look online, look at some YouTube videos, anything that will help you kind of discover what makes sense to you, what gets you going, what is like, oh yeah, look, that resonates with me, I want to know more about that. And don't try to just not go and try to show, because if you're looking for validation, which is, I think, fine in some cases, but not in the case that you're surrounded by people that don't understand you, because then you're going to be like, let's say it's harmless, you're just like, oh, look at this is so cool, how do you feel, or and then the person just completely shuts you down. That's not good. I mean, it's not okay, but it's, for you, it's not going to feel good. So just being aware that you deserve this time, you deserve this space, and that you're really just going to have to take it easy with yourself, and just know that you're not alone. Know that there are people out there. And if you don't want to talk, if you're not ready to talk, that's perfectly fine. I think it took me, like, from when I actually started looking up stuff online, probably like 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It truly is however long it takes for you, whatever feels right. So just try to listen to your heart. Like, if you don't really know that much about angels yet or anything like that, you can call on a loved one that's passed away, if that comforts you. Anything that comforts you. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that, give yourself time and space, and in this time and space, try to stay like mindful of what you're discovering, what you're looking up, what you're finding, resonates with you and gets you excited because it's something that aligns with you, aligns with probably your soul path, your life purpose. So just following those leads is just the best thing that you can do. Just the best, really. But yeah, while you're just doing this and discovering things, trying to stay mindful of keeping those things to yourself. If you're surrounded by, people that won't really support this. And then you can kind of, that's just self-care. And it's awesome. It really is. But yeah, just staying mindful like that, because the most important thing is for you to be able to be you. Just be you. That's everybody's right. To have their own experience, to do what they love, to discover what they love, to do whatever it is, absolutely whatever it is. Your truth is your truth. So take your time. Try to love yourself as best you can. Give yourself space. Try to stay aware of people around you that may not agree or be supportive of these new things that you're learning or these new ideas that you have. Because just for anybody, that can be, like for me, if I have something that I'm all excited about, like, oh look, I just read about this thing, and to anybody like today, and I went up to, let's say, one of my family members who doesn't really believe in a lot of spiritual things, or just is very black and white in their thinking, and I was just purely out of excitement wanted to share this with them, I would probably get the response of, no, well that's not, like, oh, it's like something kind of offensive, like they'll just either try to just shut you down and change the subject, or talk about like how the reasons that shouldn't work, or in examples, or I'm not coming up with that great of examples right now, but you can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying, how just being mindful of boundaries, protecting your space, protecting your mind, watching out for this apathy, which is like being depressed, and you're just trying to get through the day, and you've just been so suppressed kind of for so long that you just go numb, and that's the only way you feel you can get through it. So just know that you're not alone, and you try to love yourself, and you look up things on the internet and YouTube and find what resonates with you, find what makes you feel warm inside, find what makes you feel understood, and don't rush yourself, or don't feel like you should be, don't put any obligations on yourself. Take it easy on yourself, and just know that the main thing that you deserve, that you always deserve, is your own experience, your own feelings, your own opinions. That's absolutely your right. So do what you love, follow what you love, think the way you want to, experience how you experience, stay strong-ish. You don't have to be strong. You can be whatever you want to be and feel whatever you do feel, because it is your truth. And you have so many people out here that would love you, honestly. You think it's not like possible because you're like, no, this is kind of weird, like they can't love me, they don't even know me. Trust me, you'll find out, like once you start to just come closer and closer to yourself and that truth, and maybe through this awakening, you will see how that was possible, how you love these people just as much as you doubted before. So we do love you. You have so many people out here, and we're rooting for you. All right,